you're a very busy guy. You always got something going on, and obviously the new Soulfly album out. I've heard it a few times already. Fantastic as always.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts on the new Soulfly album?
Well, this is it's a very it was a very unorthodox record to make in all the ways. From the way that was created, it was like first it was created by me and my son together first for like we jammed for like 2 years. That's why there's 4 years since the last one. It's like the
Yeah,
longest gap.
yeah,
And I created this record as a fan, and I wanted to play what I wanted to hear. And it's kind of selfish a little bit. It's kind of a selfish record. So it's like if nobody likes it, I still don't give a shit because this is what I want to play.
yeah,
Um, so it's very similar to the feelings I had when I create the early Sepultura material. It was very kind of similar type of thing. Like I'm not doing this to please this person or please that person.
yeah,
None of that shit. I'm pleasing myself.
yeah.
I think I deserve it after 40 years of career.
I think so.
So I just went for it and I made a record that I like to hear myself. And if other people like it and are on board with it, then great. Then it's a party, Then
Yeah,
we're all getting on it together. And it seems to be cool. Like all the reviews have been really cool, and the fans I talked to really love it. We just played Japan a couple of days ago, Download Festival. We got to play 2 new songs. It was great. Hopefully, by the time we get to Australia, we get to play more songs of the record. Hopefully, uh, you know, 4 or 5 at least new tracks with all the other stuff that we gotta play. But we're super excited to come back to Australia in December.
yeah. No, well, it's good to have you back down here. It's been a while. I think about maybe over 10 years at least since the last time we saw Soulfly down in Australia.
It's been um, I of course I came back to Australia with my brother and with Killer
Yeah,
Be Kill.
yeah.
But now with Soulfly and now with a new record. So we are very excited, and everybody is really pumped up. We are still working with Dino Cazares at the moment on the live guitars,
Okay.
which is great. Dino's a great guy, and I'm a big fan of his work with Fear Factory, and it was cool to connect with him. It made Soulfly turn into this different kind of monster with
Mm.
Dino. It was like this, uh, almost like uh, laboratory mutation. I'm talking about the sound,
Yeah, yeah,
um, because the Dino's guitars are so fucking crunchy and heavy
yeah, yeah. They
that
are.
that that, that made everything on Soulfly sounded 10 times heavier and crispier and chunker. So Fly was already heavy, but with Dino, it was even like 10 times nastier, and
Yeah.
it was. So it's just cool. It's cool to have him on playing live with us, and we're gonna come with him to Australia, so it's gonna be great. I'm excited for the Good Things Festival. Hopefully, there's some off shows as well. I don't know. They're working on that right now.
Yeah.
And if we do have some side shows, I would like to two things I like to experiment with was to play in Spirit Animal, which is almost 10 minutes. That's the closer of the record.
Yeah.
Nobody is probably expecting us to play that live, so that would be cool. And maybe even the instrumental, the Soulfly 12, which is very gothic and
Yeah.
very very ambient, So hopefully we get to do those things in Australia. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask if Dino was going to come along with you, and I was kind of, fingers crossed, hoping that it would happen, because I'm a huge fan of Fear Factory and a huge fan of Soulfly, so the two combined together would be just, absolutely
Yeah, I
magic.
know, I know, I know. The Fear Factor has a lot of fans in Australia.
Yeah,
I know they've been there a bunch of times, and I think it's cool that the Australian fans get to see this because I don't know how long we're gonna continue doing this stuff with Dino. I think we're
sure.
gonna probably by next year, somebody else is gonna come on board to do some stuff with us as well. But
Yeah.
so, but for this festival, we still have him, and it's cool. I'm excited. People get to hear that crunchiness, the crunch in the sound, and a lot of people are gonna be blown away. Even the early Soulfly stuff, it just sounds different when he's playing with us. It just has that you know right machine hand. It's like a freaking, his hand is like a freaking machine, man. And so that's gonna be cool. And yeah, we're still kind of like getting used to the new record. Also, when you make a record, you really don't know what's gonna happen to it. Some songs um, get popular right away. People like them right away. Sometimes takes a long time. Sometimes a song that nobody's expecting becomes a fan favorite.
Yeah.
It's always different. Every record is different. So right now it's still early. The record just came out August 5th, and we haven't even had a chance to really play all of the stuff live yet. We're trying a couple songs so far, but by the time we get to December, we'll have more stuff figured out, and we should be able to play more songs from the record.
Yeah, cool. The album, by the way, dropped on my birthday, so it's a perfect birthday present for me. So it was great.
For both of us, but because my birthday was the day before.
Oh, was it? Alrighty, cool.
Yeah. Happy birthday, my man.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
It's a very diverse album. It's like a lot of variety. Like you were saying, you kind of did it for yourself, and being a bit selfish, which is a great thing to have, because I think as an artist, you kind of want to be selfish to make it really true to yourself. And but it's very, very varied. Where was some of the inspirations coming from for yourself?
So a lot of it was working with Arthur, the producer. He's a very good producer. He gets the most out of you as an artist. He really gets that. Got me like kind of joke about it in the studio. He was like, I'm gonna wake up that young Max, pissed off, angry Max Cavalera of 30 years ago.
Yeah.
The one that we fell in love with. I want that passion, that anger to be in this record. And and I think we went for that. But together, there's also my own curiosity of try to do different things. So that's where some of the exotic things on the record comes to life, like Soulfly 12 and Spirit Animal. Spirit Animal, by far, really one of the most different things I've done in my whole career. Like, just to do a song that's like almost 10 minutes long. I never pictured me doing that. I'm not a doom guy, and I'm not a progressive metal guy.
Yeah.
So just the thought of that was kind of like a little bit unthinkable to me.
Yeah.
And the fact that I kind of went for it and just kind of like said, fuck it, let's do it. Like total blind faith, man. Like, let's just see what happens. But also it was kind of like I was watching this music psychologist talking about music, and he was saying some shit about if you want to make music that want to put people in a trance, it's got to be more than 7 minutes. So that got my attention, So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's do that. So I went on with Spirit Animal with this idea that it has to be at least 7 minutes. I don't know how much longer we can keep up after 7 minutes, but it's going to be at least 7 minutes. End up being about 9 minutes and 30, something like that. It's close to 10. We could actually push it to 10, make the intros a little longer. But on itself, it was, at least for me, felt adventurous and out of my comfort zone. Because I think the first tracks on the record are all very, that's my jam. I do that.
Yeah.
I do that on my sleep, like throwing down triplets, heavy riffs.
Yeah.
have all those kind of like cymbal chokes, breakdowns, all that is what I grew up doing since I was a kid. So I was very comfortable with the short songs in the beginning of the record, and I think they came out really good, especially side A. I think Totem side A, it's very powerful, very brutal. It's gonna be just a joy to play live and see humans being crushing each other.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're playing that, it's gonna be phenomenal energy. Uh, but I wasn't just satisfied just with that. I needed to experiment as well, and I've been reading some couple of different things. There was one guy that mentioned something really cool. There was, Max is really, he was part of the new metal scene with all the groove songs, and he knows a lot about the death metal, thrash metal scene. So why not put both together? And
Yeah.
so the record does have a little bit of that. I think some of the songs like Totem, it has a bit of that groove, Soulfly early groove,
Yeah.
kind of like new metal groove, and then there's total just pissed off, stripped down death metal tunes like Rotting Pain that are just like something that could have come out on Beneath the Remains. Even Ecstasy of Gold. I think that could have been a track out of Beneath the Remains.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's cool. I like that. I like that mix has kind of best of both worlds. Um, yeah, I'm very happy with the result, considering all the barriers that we had making the record. It was a strange record to make from beginning to the end. But I think in the end of the day, uh, surprisingly, it came off really cool. I'm really excited for it, and I think it's gonna be great to play this shit live.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's a great album, and it's funny, because you're talking about trying different things and stuff, and Soulfly, you've been doing Soulfly for what 25 years now, I think, and
Yeah,
it's a remarkable career that you've had with this band, and all the different stuff that you've had, all the different guests that you've had on the album, including obviously John Tardy on this album as well. Looking back on all the stuff that you've done, is there something that really stands out, or maybe is there something that you haven't done before that you're really proud of, including this album as well?
well, I think just the fact that it's our 12 record, so we should be proud of it. It's like it's not every day a band records 12 records
Yeah,
of the same band.
very true.
A lot of bands break up, don't get to do that.
Mm,
Um, and a lot of my stuff, um, I like to think that some of it are kind of trademarks that they haven't really changed much since the beginning. And I'm talking the beginning meaning Sepultura.
mm-hmm.
So some of my vocals and some of my riffs are very, so it's a bit like AC/DC, man. It's a bit like, yeah, like Motorhead. We have that spirit.
Yeah,
Like, okay, this is cool. We love this. We don't give a fuck about what's trendy, what's popular.
yeah,
We're just gonna do this. And you just go in this road, man, and keep going. Uh, and I think fans like that, man. I think Max fans really find comfort in that. They have that. You know, uh, it's kind of like it's like a guarantee. Like a Max Cavalera record is gonna be, it's gonna have angry riffs and angry vocals and uh, a lot of energy and passion.
yeah,
It's kind of a trademark. I put in a lot into these records when I make them. Um, and especially especially like I was saying, like Totem is actually like somewhat selfish of a record because I wanted to play what I like to hear.
mm,
Um, I could have easily folded. Right now, there's a big kind of coming back of like new metal things, you know, are getting popular again, all
Yeah.
this stuff. But kind of everything kind of goes in waves, man. You know, so you kind of have to block that out and kind of just like do what you really want to do. So to me, Totem is what I want to do right now. I'm happy with it. This is it. Like, uh, I'm not inventing nothing new, but it's kind of like ACDC. Like it's great when you hear, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's been done before, but whenever you hear it, it's good. You know, it's a
Sounds
warm
good.
feeling. It's a warm feeling. You know,
Yeah,
it's like watching.
exactly.
It's like watching a good movie. You know, it's I think to me that has that kind of vibe. You know, like a Soulfly record, especially Totem has that kind of vibe, like the familiar kind of thing. It's a bit expected, even
Yeah.
though there is a couple surprises on the record.
Yeah, yeah.
The majority of the stuff, I think, it's like uh, as it's me as a fan, but I think also the fans like it because we're all fans of this music, you know. So in the end of the day, I think we all uh, end up with something that we both like it, and I think that's cool. That's what makes this so much fun.
Well, congratulations on the new album. It's as I said, fantastic as always, and we are looking forward to seeing you down in Australia. Do you have any last words for the Aussie fans at all?
I so excited. I cannot wait. Like I said, I hope we get to break down some other tracks. So far, we only play Superstition and Field Upon Field. But by the time December comes, we will have some of the tracks to play. And Australia has always been great, man. From the early Soulfly, from the Sepultura days to the early Soulfly days to Killer BQ. It's always it's always fun. The Australian fans are fucking maniacs. I love it. You know, I'm so ready to come to Australia and present this record for them. I think it's gonna be great.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. I know you're busy, so I'll let you go. But thanks for the chat, man. Really appreciate it.
All right, my brother. Take care, man.
Awesome. You too, man.
All
Take
right.
care.